the hell? God, I need to clean my fucking camera off, man. Something fierce. Shit. The fuck is that purple thing coming up here? The fucking mountain. They don't even look like... I'm not even filming in the same fucking dimension I'm existing in. What in the fuck? Dude, what the hell? No shit. What the fuck is... Yeah. Well, what the hell? And what the fuck's up with the light over here? Okay, Dad? You out there? You come see this shit. Dude. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, that, yeah. Wow. What the hell is that? That's... Yeah, that's across the street, Dad. What in the fuck? Whoa. No, we're not at the pyramids of Giza. I swear to God, we're in my fucking backyard in fucking Oregon. United States, America. Jesus, holy hell. Hey, Dad, do you... Give me a second. Huh. Well, I thought so too. There ain't motherfuckers walking up there, are there? What the hell? Where in the fuck? Dude, what are those in the trees? This can't be just reflections. And what the hell's that up there? That ain't the place to walk. Dude, this is a total different dimension. What is that guy? Tree Realms, the Tree Realms. Yeah. Pleiadian crazy tree energy. Yeah, this is... It's funny how boy downtown can look like the forest. Oh, there's that building. Okay, so something's normal again. Oh, Mr. White Orb flying by. Well, yeah, that's how the tree realms come down into shit, Dad. And look at that. That's fucking... Yeah, that isn't just a fucking street light. That's when those energies get down in them and shit. That's what I thought was going on in the last video, but no, even the most powerful light don't. Or I don't think even they can make the light powerful enough to start blowing shit up. You know, I wonder, you know, that blue ray, I wonder if there's a pot of, what, instead of gold, like diamonds, a pot of diamonds at the end of the blue rainbow. Now, Dad, how in the hell is it I'm seeing into there? There's no reason I should be able to see into the neighbor's cage there, unless we're living in the fourth dimension. There's no way. Yeah, it's right over to the side over there. And this looks like it's about straight on, or a catty corner. That only would work if we were in a four-dimensional reality. Yeah. Oh my fuck. Wow. Well, I guess that's that, but why don't... You know, that's gotten back to normal now, finally. But that shit was blended in just like the other night, last night when that tree over here across the street there. Yeah, that one that's got beans in it, those black things, that head up there. Yeah, that tree was over on this side of that shop right there. And then there's somebody right here, huh? Look at the plasma tree beans, yeah. Yeah, there they are. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Ain't nothing. Let's way the fuck up there now. Oh, yeah, that's another thing off in the distance here. Last night, one of those lights lighting on now, but it would start right directly as far up as you can see, where there's a little blink now. Now it's moving, something's moving around right where it is again. Right above the second to last wire, straight on, a reflection, but that was gold and blinking and going up and down and in and out. And yeah. That's weird. That thing's usually green. It's white today. Orb. Yeah. Well, who in the hell would have a light on? Nobody lives up there. It's not even... What the hell, is somebody in there with him? Dude. Dad. Nothing, never mind. What in the fuck, dude? Seriously? How am I seeing in there? There's no way. That thing isn't even there, and I can't be getting it off a reflection. Yeah, dude, turn around or something, man. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I guess it should be normal. Well, hopefully they'll be taking me to the nut house any day soon, people. I don't know when. Pretty soon. Yeah, I'll be checking myself in real quick. No, I'm just kidding. It's a reality, though, folks. I mean, it's nothing new. I've been dealing with it for years and years and years. Just, you know, figured it's time. What the hell? I mean, you know. Yeah, it's... Whoa, what the hell is this now? Look at this. There's no light. There's literally, like, none over that way. Except for on the other side of the house. You see that go by? Fourth dimensional. Still don't explain what the hell... Yeah. Yeah, it's Photoshop. It's all Photoshop, people. It's all Photoshop. Yeah, right. You know, the funny thing about that is, though, is like, it'd be like this. It'd be like, can you imagine if you were a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo or something, right? And just that confident, you know, not a violent person, but very confident in your ability, right? And then, you know, somebody was always giving you shit that you were just a paper champion and nothing, or you weren't a real black belt, and they were nothing. And you knew that if you ever did anything to them, you could get, you know, because you're a black belt, you get charged with a deadly weapon, unless you were defending yourself, if they threw the first punch. But, you know, having that common knowing, like, yeah, okay, dude, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Photoshop, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I'm that brilliant. You know, it's either that, if you get accused of photoshopping like shit, oh, that's fake, yeah. Well, dude, with me, it's either, you know, if I were gonna try some shit, first of all, if I was gonna try some shit like that, I'd make sure I had my ducks in a row, get the right person to help me, and get something really good put together, right? But second of all, if I had to do this shit on my own, first of all, besides even know anybody to help me with it, second of all, I wouldn't even have the creativity to know, okay, well, I want to do this, but I don't want to be too obvious, you know. But there will be people that do it, because the thing is with Photoshop shit, most of the shit I've seen Photoshopped, when it comes to anything like this, right? The thing is, the complete irony of it is, back in the day when I'd see it, I'd seen most of that shit for real, though, anyway. You know, that was what the fucking complete oddity of it was. Like this picture with these orbs, it has like several thousand likes, and we've got it from another, my orbs page got it originally like 9 years ago. We picked it up from somewhere else, and the family member of the lady admitted that it was a fake because they were trying to cheer her up. She was dying, and his friend was a great artist, so they did it completely out of love. And I said, hey man, that's okay, because those same exact yellow orbs, he did a wonderful job on them. They are real. They're real. They're 100% real. It'd be like trying to take a huge-ass futuristic biodome city that was the size of, you know, a small planet with everything on it you could ever imagine, and then saying, oh, it's synthetic. It wasn't terraformed. It was built into a dome. Well, what the fuck do you think terraformed is to begin with? You know, that's obviously made by somebody. You know, creation and you know, beings. You know, so it is what it is. Now, what comes into the problem is when it's done for like fucking shitty reasons, to look like to try to swindle somebody, to try to fuck somebody over, right? Or just to be a stupid ass. That I have less respect for that than somebody who's trying to swindle somebody. At least they're trying to get something out of it. But somebody who's just trying to be a dumbass about it, unless they're gonna tell on themselves right away, you know. Like a friend of mine and I did that. We did this once. There was a night of this big blood moon. It was shit, man. It was like 2015 or 16. It was the biggest one we've had, like, though, in decades. It ain't like your typical one. Anyway, so we were reminiscing that night, just having me reminiscing about the old shortwave radio and listening to these fucking number stations, which I ended up doing a show about what I think they were and are, or when they did exist. They really aren't that prevalent anymore. They're there, though. But anyway, I said, hey, I got an idea. Why don't we act like we came across, I'm going to do a post, we're going to act like we came across, we were messing around with the shortwave and we came across this weird obscure channeling or these two dudes talking, and they sounded kind of like aliens. Didn't make any sense. And I said, okay, we're going to get on there, and I'm going to go, did you give out the code? Did you give out the code? So yeah, I gave out the code. Did you go 1, 1, 1? He's like, yeah, man, I did. Did you go 2, 2, 2? And, you know, and people thought we sounded really like we were these intelligent beings. And then I said, hey, man, listen, we got to do one more. Let's do one more. So 10 minutes later, we came up with a strategy. I said, here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you a set of numbers, and I want you to repeat them 3 times. And he's all, hey, yeah, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do them real fast and in a snarky voice. I said, wait a minute, hold up. Here's what you're going to do. No, you're not. He's all, you're going to do it real fast in that snarky voice once through. Then you're going to do it the way I want you to do it. The second time through, then the third time through, you're going to do it back the way you first started it. So do it like that. On the beginning and the end, do it your way with the numbers, and then in the middle, change it up to my tone of voice. So he did. He's like 7, 5, 1, 2. Well, anyway, what we had it down to was the words "get along." You know, get along. So G, how many numbers G is into the alphabet? What? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like 6, whatever. So we went 6. For whatever number that letter was of the alphabet, we'd say the number. And we were like, man, we can't crack this code, y'all. This has got to be some kind of a high-tech code given to humanity. Oh, I had this big line of bullshit and everything. And all of a sudden, it wasn't 10 minutes later. I probably had, I can go back and look, actually, because both shows have over 1,000 views, both little segments. I mean, they were only a minute, like a minute each. But yeah, they're on my smaller YouTube channel, Shortwave Radio, Blood Moon Transmission, Volume 1 and 2. But we must have had I probably had 18 or 19 people get a hold of me through that night and say, hey, I know what they were saying. I said, oh, really? What? And he said, get along. Yeah, so we had the letters typed up, you know, or the numbers called out to get along, you know. 5, like E would have been 5 for get, you know, it'd been 6, 5, you know, 7, you know, and he did it in this monotone voice. Yeah, really, like he sounded like a droned out version of Mr. Spock the first and the third time through, and then the second time through he was like real giddy and like 6, 5. Yeah, it was really weird. Anyway, but it got a lot of likes. That was when YouTube you could put shit on there and get a big following. Yeah. The Blu-ray, well, I am a Blu-ray. There's a teal ray. Yeah. It's these energies. Anyway, typically though too, when the extraterrestrials are here, they do intensify the planet, especially these tree realms that I've been dealing with for years. Well, I hadn't been for several years. They kind of we kind of drifted apart, you know, but back then I was also busy contacting with others, and they were just there. Now they're seeming like they actually want to get to know me. We just kind of we coexisted together for all those years. And, you know, I think I channeled them once, but I don't know. I was more into something flashy. They didn't dress cool enough for me, I guess. Yeah. They're 8th dimensional, though, and they sound weird like 8th dimensional beings do. When those things try to talk, they are a little freaky. Blue avian, same thing. And they don't let them use their voice around you unless it's just a hum or vibrate a sound. Don't let them try to sing, because they will. They think they're funny. Yeah. And star beams. Yeah, everybody's got to watch that show though. The all about the Pleiadians. It's like an 18-minute movie. Like it's talking about their history and things like that, and it's showing. This looks like it looks like it's a clip from a movie, but apparently it's not. So basically, what they did is they made an 18-minute trailer without making the movie. I mean, the trailer's perfect. Then the trailer's just like the 18 minutes is like a long trailer for a really good, intriguing movie with a ton of plot lines. I mean, yeah, man, it looked really killer. Yeah, a lot of the shit near and dear to my heart, like those families that settled Lyra, from Lyra and Vega that settled Pleiades, and yeah, weird. It's like they picked my brain for it. But then Pleiadian energy's like that when it's legit. You know, it's pretty synchronistic. I've listened to probably, all told, probably 250 different people channel Pleiadian messages of all kinds of articulation rates, from the best to people that aren't that great at it, like me, okay, and even worse. But I've only ran into 2 of them, like probably out of 250, two that I thought, they're not quite getting it, But the thing is, the one lady ended up getting it and becoming a dynamite channeler. It just took her a while. There was some, she was grew up sheltered and all that, but she snapped out of it. She just didn't get it right away like everybody else did that was channeling Pleiades. So that was them. And the funny thing is, only other one that I'd say I wouldn't give a piss to listen to, and that's pretty good out of 250 people, right? The others I feel like have something to say, totally, and only one doesn't. I know everybody's got something to say. Well, there's an exception to every rule. She's the one that don't. Anyway, and the funny thing is, there was a time where this lady was probably, she was the #1 known person to be involved with the Pleiades in the goddamn world for years. Yeah, if you know anything about the Pleiadians, you'll know who that is right away. Yeah, her second book, you could really tell that a lot of reptilian influence in her second book. The first one, you'd think it was the perfect document channeled to her, but, after I listened to it 223 times, counted them on audio, her doing it, and read the thing 22 times through, hardback. I've had several copies, lost several copies. And yeah, there's some discrepancies about shit, and it's just things that I can tell that it's things that she's just not channeling right. It's something like David Starr and Francesca Rose, 2 great people who just wrote the book, Your Higher Power Accessing Your Divine Gifts. That's not a mistake they would have made. Those weren't mistakes they would have made. They would have let it come to them. They would have not sat there and tried to interpret it. They would have let their higher self do that for them. But every generation learns a little bit different. But, their intentions are pure for humanity. Barbara's just wants to make a buck and doesn't want to give anything back, but charge an absorbent amount of money to go to one of her seminars to listen to her use some fake Irish accent to channel in, which, hey, when I've channeled before, there's been a few times I've come through with an Irish accent. Same thing with a good friend of mine on here, Bridget Rao. Same thing, her too, but legitimately not fucking trying to do it a whole goddamn seminar long. And it's stupid because Barbara has a nice voice. You know, she did her own audiobook and shit. With Bringers of the Dawn and Earth, the Living Library. Too much reptilian influence, so not enough. It's too bad she wasn't, I don't know, but there is a better version of that book. The same information at the same time was channeled to another person who's a pure Pleiadian soul, Leah Shapiro. Comes the Awakening. She's also a musician. The woman's like 80 and she looks like she's in her late 40s, okay? You know, and until she was fucking 70, she looked like she was in her late 20s, all right? Comes the Awakening is amazing. It's like a pure version. And you know, when I first met her years and years ago, I was talking about Marciniak, and she was talking about when those two were coming up together and everything, and she said, you know, Larry, please don't say anything to anybody about this, but I don't know. Barbara Marciniak to me is kind of got some reptilian in her. And I said, well, you know what, boss? Because that's what I call her, boss. I said, boss, you know what? I thought the same goddamn thing, but I wasn't going to be the new kid to say some shit. Now I don't care now, because now that I am confident and know what I'm talking about, and know that, when I say that about somebody, it's the truth. It's not, oh, this guy's got eyes. Hi, Mr. Dragon. Yeah. The star dragon, it's the star beings too, have that star inside of their mouth, where their mouth is. And there's a subtle thing too, but yeah. No, I know, Barbara Marciniak, it was like kind of off limits, but yeah, I always still give it shit anyway. And I was surprised a lot of the young kids were like, yeah, that might have been good then, but this is a new time. And I'm like, hell yeah, it is. Don't show anybody, you should always respect people, but don't show anybody respect just because of their name, though, or because of one thing they did. What have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all about the attitude, though, too. It's like, okay, if you are expecting the respect, to me, you're not worth a food stamp. But if you're just the type that you worked hard and you'd appreciate it, I think that's wonderful. I'll give it to you all day long. Yeah. Well, that's been about an exciting... I was supposed to do my Arcturian channeling, but guess I'll go do that before I go to sleep for 3 hours. Alright, well, that's been out. Alright, bye. Rockin' Larry Lockin'. If you want to know anything that I did, you can find everywhere that I'm at on social media. Rockin' Larry Lockin' social media outlets. That's Rockin' Larry Lockin' social media outlets. I had to repeat that because if you know anything about me, I keep forgetting that one last word, that outlets. I keep saying out cities, out takes, outsides. I don't know why. I made it so complicated that I can't even understand it. Ha ha ha. But yeah. So, now, there's one other thing I wanted to get over here real quick. It keeps catching my eye. What the hell is... Oh, they're not. Let's have the camera all cockeyed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was down over by the light, and it's gone now. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Rockin' Larry Lockin'. I'm out. Much love to everybody.